Welcome to another episode of Sip and Say with AnDerecco. I am AnDerecco, and on tonight I have with me the beautiful, the lovely Miss Jazielle Triplett. How you doing on this afternoon?
I'm doing great.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad to have you here with me on tonight. Basically, what we want to talk about. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born in Alabama and I was raised here in Jackson, so I pretty much say that I'm from the Jackson, Mississippi area. I work for my brother's keeper. I'm a community healthcare worker, and I've just definitely been in and out and in and out of time, and so I'm just very pleased to be here with you today so that I can share a little bit of my life, a little bit of my story, so that the people and the viewers that are watching, maybe it can enlighten them on a lot of issues that are untouched and enlighten them on a lot of things that are unsaid, so that people can get an understanding of not just transgender lives, but the life of the struggle as well. So we can take the stigma, at least try to remove some of the stigma from the issues that have been going on, especially within the city of Jackson.
Jackson, Mississippi. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm glad to have you here with me on this afternoon. So tell us a little bit about yourself growing up. Who was Jazielle?
Jazielle was a little boy at first, of course, because I'm transgender. I come from a married couple, my mother and father. My mom was a nurse practitioner and my dad was a contractor. I grew up in Greater Bethlehem Temple Church, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. And so I just grew up with a lot of love and very sheltered. But even when I was young, like very young, like 4 and 5 years old, I was walking around in my mama heels. I was performing with Houston and her wigs and, you know, entertaining company that came over. And they thought it was cute. When they're a kid, they think it's a game. But little did they know, here I am.
Jazielle in the making, huh?
Yeah, but it wasn't just that easy though.
Really?
Yeah, I was bullied all the way up until like 6th grade. I was severely bullied. And I didn't know how to defend myself because I was the baby. I have 3 older siblings, older than me. And so everyone was older than me, so I always had somebody to fight my battles for me. So when it was time for me to go to school, now my siblings are out of the house.
So how your siblings? You say you have 3 others, boy, girl.
I have 2 brothers and a sister biologically, but you know my dad has some other outside kids, but we ain't gonna talk about them. This is not about them. This is about me. So basically, my brother who was killed in 1992, he's 10 years older than me. And my sister, who is now 50, and I'm going to be 34, so how many years is that? 16? So she's 16 years older than I. So there's a big age gap.
You're right.
So I ended up basically kind of growing up by myself and getting bullied a lot and not understanding who I was as a person.
So being bullied a lot and not understanding, who did you think you were, or how did you go about it?
I've always viewed myself as a girl, as a woman. But since I come from a strong religious family, you know, my mama tried to do things just out of spite of. You know, put me in basketball, I don't like sports. You know, put me in Cub Scouts, I don't like outdoors. You know, making me do boy things, you know, but the only one thing that I did like doing was playing football. So I kind of stuck with that a little bit. But the whole time, all I wanted to do was play in hair.
Really?
Really.
So you love hair?
I do. Can't you tell?
So with your family, did you think that they had any inkling that you may have been gay?
Yes, they definitely knew. And those of my community are watching, this is no surprise. Everyone knew that, you know, even when I unveiled Jazz in 2014.
So this is recent.
This is very recent. It's only been like 2 years. They was like, oh my God, we're so happy that you happy.
Right.
We're so happy that you happy because they knew, but I didn't know. Because sometimes when you're living in the life of homosexuality or living in the LGBT community, a lot of things can be superficial. And you can do certain things that did you feel like that you're doing for yourself, but you're not? It's a facade that you may be doing for society. And I'm a victim of that. And I really don't, I take that back. I'm not a victim of that. I was stupid enough to believe that's what I had to do because I don't believe in calling myself a victim.
Right.
Because I knew better, I just wasn't doing better.
Now, you said that you played sports forcibly on some of it, except for football. You love playing football. When did you know within yourself that you were transgender?
When I finally
accepted it,
I was in prison.
Okay.
And there's going to be a lot that's going to be involved to let you know that how did I go from that to prison. But I was in prison and I was laying in my jail cell and I was talking to my prison husband at the time that I had been knowing since I was about the age of 12. And he was like, Jay, you've been doing all of this you've been doing. This like your second, almost third time coming to prison. And you've been living your life a lie. It's time for you to start living your life for yourself. And he had this control over me to the point where he told me, you're not going to leave this cell, you're not going to leave this rape until you figure out what you want to do with yourself and come up with a game plan. Your meals, I'm going to bring them to you. I escort you to the bathroom. But he cared enough for me to say, I want you to sit down and get yourself together. And you might think, well, girl, you was in prison. I'm saying, like, you had plenty of time to think about that. Well, see, that's where you're wrong. Because when you're in prison, you're in another world. So, just like you running the streets now, on the streets, and you're going to the mall, you're going to the club, and you're going to the spade games, you're doing that. But we're basically doing the same thing in prison, just in a different form and a different way. So, I mean,
it's its own little society.
It's all little society where you could still be running the streets in prison. But he made me sit back and collect myself. And that's when I realized that, I was trans. And even though I had a destructive, dysfunctional, and disastrous relationship with my mom, I called my mom and when we had a long conversation, we really had come up with the conclusion that jazz has been jazz for a very long time and we just didn't understand how to grasp it. Because remember that I'm an 80s baby.
Right.
So the word gender dysphoria, that didn't have a definition.
So how did mom feel when you talked to her on the phone about, okay, I'm Jazz. This is me.
She didn't take it like I was being serious. She had to see it and see what it was going to present itself as. Because I had did drag before. I've been a prostitute before. I've been a commercial sex worker on many levels. Giving and receiving.
Okay.
So she thought instantly when she thought of me being transgender, that was the first thing that came to mind. She was like, oh, now my baby's gonna be a prostitute again. And it hurts when you coming from a place of love and a place where you come from something. And I say that to say because it's not like I grew up with a mama that was no income and on the street or working at McDonald's. Now, nobody that work at McDonald's now. Right. But I'm just saying I didn't come from that type of lifestyle to the point where those things that I was doing could have been easily accepted. So it took a lot for her, and she wanted to see how I was going to live my life.
What about your siblings? How did they feel about it?
Okay, these asked me that. They took it very, very good. They took it very, very good. There was only one situation that I consider a sibling. My god sister did not take it well at all. And she was actually supposed to be the one that was supposed to be the supporter to me because this was something that we had been developing even when I was in prison, so she knew it was to come. Right. So it was like a CD that was about to come out, but then when the CD came out, you didn't buy it in the flop.
Right, I got you.
But you made sure you bought your own CD and it was very successful. Now when I say that, I reference your books, because I know you're watching.
Okay. I can't with you sometime. I cannot. As you got older, when you were a teenager, let's go back to your teen years, and you got older and you started having these certain feelings and these ideas. Were you dating when you were a teenager?
I was.
Okay. And you were dating as a boy or as a...
I was dating as a boy. I was very sheltered. And I gotta explain this situation. I gotta tell you the forefront first before I give you the nitty gritty. So, for the judgment eyes, I can give just a little bit of enlightenment.
Okay.
I started dating at the age of 12. I started having sex at the age of 11.
Guys or girls?
Both.
Okay. Cool.
And basically because I couldn't do nothing.
Shelter.
We'll go to church.
Mm-hmm.
Play football.
So were you a PK or you were just in the church because of family?
No, I wasn't a PK, but I was definitely just in the church, like embedded in church.
Okay, what denomination, if you mind?
Apostolic Faith.
Okay.
I was a member of Greater Bethlehem Temple on 1505 Robinson Street in the corner of Robinson and Prentice, down the street from Jackson State. Sip on that.
I had to.
I know you. It's no point in sipping. I mean, there's a lot of us in Greater Bethlehem Temple, and it's probably a lot of you all watching. I'll see you Sunday.
Okay. So, thinking about the things that you went through as a teenager, as an adult, and looking at the children today, and children that are growing up trans, and you have some parents that are very accepting to his 7-year-olds that says, "Mom, I'm a girl that are born a boy." What do you think about that? How do you feel about that?
I think it's a blessing when someone that has become it too in what they are. When I say that, let me straighten it up, let me clean it up a little bit. Someone that can admit that they're transgender and accept it in their heart and in their minds and are not confused with the fact of being transgender. I think that's a blessing to find out at an early age. The reason why I say that is because we have Caitlyn Jenner, we have people like myself, and
Blossom.
Well, Blossom started at a very nice age. She started at a tender age.
Okay.
But the reason why I mentioned myself and Caitlyn was because of the fact that Caitlyn started with her 60s.
60, yes.
And I'll be 34 next month, and we're starting late. But the reason why that is sometimes when you get trapped in your square, it's hard to get out of your square to become your whole circle.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. Do you think that race plays a part in it? Because you feel like one ethnicity may be more accepting than the black community?
That goes along without saying. Now, we as of in color, it's hard for us to accept anything. We don't even accept ourselves. And that's very sad. So, of course, it would be easier if I was Caucasian because my people would probably be more accepting and more at ease about it. But being African American, I mean, it's basically hard for us just being us. But we learn how to endure and encourage and enhance our lives, if you will. So it goes without saying. But if we want to go back to my teenage years with the juices at, well, let's see. My first sexual experience with a guy was very ironically and tragically sad, and could really be kind of compared to a girl, a PK girl at that.
Really?
Yes, let's talk about the PK girls.
Elaborate.
Let me give you this scenario. You remember the preacher girl, the deacon's little daughter, couldn't do no wrong?
That was you? Of
course not.
Oh.
But let me give you this. You know how when she finally starts dating and she started seeing the devil and dabbling and having sex, that first time she had sex, she was pregnant. I know you know our preacher's daughter like that. The first time she had sex, she got pregnant.
I do.
And then tried to hide it and sweep it up under the rug.
Yes.
They did. Because we've been doing it for generations and generations to come. Even within my own family. You're watching. You caught it. I'm glad. But this is what the scenario is in comparison to me. That did not happen to me as of in a heterosexual way. In a homosexual way, this is kind of the disaster that happens to us that we dread the worst. I was 13 and my first time having sex with a man I called HIV. I was infected with HIV at the age of 13.
Really?
And that is tragic. That is mind blowing. So while everybody is figuring out what Sean Kemp jersey they was going to wear with their Air Max, or they was going to put their Jordans on with their jersey, they was going to put their Shaquille O'Neal jersey on with their, Stephon Marbury shoes, whatever the case may be, I'm sitting here debating on whether or not I'm going to take all these AZT pills. Really? And it was like 8 then.
So you were 13 and...
I wasn't in care, but I was debating on whether or not I should get in care and take these pills. So I stayed out of care. I found out that I had HIV with like 1995, and I did not get into care until maybe like 97-ish.
So 2 years.
Yeah, because
2 years.
I was 15 when I got on medication.
I had several thoughts that crossed my mind just then. When you found out that you were HIV positive, who was there for you?
No one.
Wow. So how did you handle that?
I didn't.
What did you do?
Self-destruct.
Such as?
I really was in a depressing state. And it wasn't the HIV that was doing it. It was the fact that I had lived for my mom's opinion. And reason being is that my mom was one of the first black female nurse practitioners to graduate from MUW. Not only that, she was one of the first ones to have a DEA number to write our own prescriptions within the state of Mississippi. Not only that, she was just innovative in the nursing field, period, within the 80s. In the 80s, most of you people watching didn't even know what a nurse practitioner was. I know I didn't. It was very hard to explain because they were trying to figure out the kinks, but my mom was so innovative in that field and brutal in that field that she was just really legendary in that field. And I was inspired to be that type of woman. I felt myself being a woman then. And when I found out that I had this diagnosis, it was like, how do I let this happen to myself? And it really didn't hit home until I went to the military ball. I went to the prom with my boyfriend when I came out of the closet as a homosexual man at Fort Sill High School in 1998. I already know I'm positive at this point. So I'm just kind of having fun thinking that, most of the people in the 90s that were infected with HIV, they were not living long. Their lifespan was like 8 years. It was 1995 when I knew that I was infected. It was 1998. I'm like, hey, I ain't got but a couple of more years. I might as well do what I want to do. Why I have the years to do so? Because of the medications that we were on then, they were life-threatening. They were, they'll kill you. They were killing people. That's my personal opinion. That's not the opinion of anybody that I work for, anybody that I affiliate with. That's my personal opinion before I was employed. We gotta secure ourselves.
Okay. But it's because you, it's, wow.
But what really hit it home for me, it really made me self-destruct, was the words of my mom. And my mama said the sky was purple. Guess what? I thought the sky was purple.
So being that, when did you tell your mom you were HIV positive?
I didn't tell her. This is what happened. I'm so glad you asked that. This is what happened. Jesus. We was sitting in church, and I gotta act this out, and I gotta give it to you, lay it on thick. Okay. Church as usual. We're in church, and all of a sudden there was some people. Let me see this for a second. Okay. Remember, I had went to the military ball and the prom with my boyfriend, and we took pictures. Terrell Smith of Provine High School. So sue me. It's the truth. And so my other best friend by the name of Venetia Latte Blackman, Deputy Blackman, also went to the military ball with her lover at the time, and we were all out, we were all having fun, and we were just being young and having fun. We were all out, we did our thing, we took pictures. But the pictures were explosive, because at that point, it's okay for two women to go to the military ball and go to the party together. Nothing said, because that's what happened, and nothing was said. But me and my boyfriend, on the other hand, were under the microscope of speculation. We took pictures and everything, and my mama didn't know what I was getting that money for, and I was taking pictures, and those pictures ended up circulating the church, and I remember we were sitting in the pew. I understood the folks was looking at the pictures. The little kids, I was like, that's him, that's him, that's him. I'm like, what's going on? My mama said, shh, hush that noise. Now my mama very, very, very aggressive. So when she tell you to be quiet, whether you her child or not, you're gonna get quiet, because she's gonna put her hands on you. Because I come from a very, very religious church background, and they feel like if they gonna whoop their child, they gonna whoop your child too. So she was really at the verge of snapping on these kids to keep it up this commotion in Miss Grady at the ham table. She said, give me these pictures. She looked at these pictures, then looked at me, and then looked at the pictures, and then looked at them, and then looked back at these pictures and looked at me. And you would have thought somebody had died and was in a funeral. She said, no! No! Oh! I said, what is this going on? I was like, oh my God, what is going on? My mama said, you the punk in church. The whole church knew I was gay. But by then, she had got up out of the church and threw the pictures. She went one way, the pictures went the other way. She was running out of church, and I'm running behind her, not knowing what to do. And this, when my mama pulled me out into the front of the church, in like the foyer area, the mama said, if your ass is a damn punk, your ass go get AIDS and die. And that was the sentence that changed my life. That was the sentence that just resounded time and time again. Because my mom was like a religion to me.
Right.
I worshipped my mom. So it was
But
like,
at this time, when she said this, you were already
positive. So it was like, inevitably, this woman is still right.
Wow. We will be back after this.